All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting Zelda 1 randomizer tournament race. We actually have simultaneous races that are going to be going on. This one right here on JLo7's channel, and there's also going to be one on Jay Coper's channel. Here we've got a race going on between the number 11 seed Digshake and the number 38 seed WhenChukAttacks. This is a bonus bracket matchup. The winner will move on to play against Shiner CCC in the next round, while the loser will unfortunately be eliminated from the tournament. Hi, everybody. I'm LZ Cards Fan 23, along with my partner, the Green Leaf Effect. Well, TGE, it's back to our old roots. These are the regular flags again, so that'll make our job a little bit easier. But what do you expect are going to be some of the factors between these two racers? Don't let the rankings fool you. I think they're very close.
Yeah, first off, I'm glad we're back to the regular seeds because I don't think my heart can take another one of those Elite 8 seeds. Wow, the past 2 weeks I've been on commentary for, they've been all kinds of close and insane.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't join us yesterday, we had the Jam Evil breasticle race, and it came down to the wire, a difference of 26 seconds between the two players, tying the closest race so far in this tournament. Well, I think the key is pretty much the same as it has been for the entire tournament. I think it's going to be resource management. I think it's going to be making the proper decisions. Do you take the blue candle early on versus the red heart container? Can you find the wooden sword quicker than your opponent? Can you find the ladder quicker than your opponent? And also bomb management, because we've seen in a few seeds that bombs have come into play, mostly in level 9, but you don't have enough bombs to excavate your way through the levels. You could be losing time and in turn losing the race.
And as we've seen at the beginning of this tournament, if you're taking a poll of not just the players themselves, but a lot of the people who are watching it, you would have gotten the same answers of, what item is going to make the biggest difference, ladder, bow, silver arrows. We've come to find out that probably in this tournament, the item that has made the biggest difference so far is actually been the magic key, because key management has been a huge, huge factor when it comes to level 9.
That's right. But now it's time to begin the race. Both of these runners are on their way. Boy, look at how much that small secret is worth, TGE. A measly 3 rupees, well below the 10 you normally see in vanilla Zelda.
That's basically a nice little greeting to be like, hey, have some monies. Nope, just lying, just messing with you, don't care.
Oh, speaking of being gypped on monies, look at the value of the medium secret. It's worth only 25 rupees. Normally, it would be worth 30 rupees for the medium secret in regular Zelda 1. So money could be a factor. It's all going to come down to that large secret.
As it usually does. And we've seen recently, money actually was a huge factor in the last race we watched, because arrows were required to get a Triforce out of level 1. And one of the runners did have to search around to try and find a secret to get enough money to buy the 93 rupee arrows.
Boy, that's expensive for wooden arrows, 93 rupees. So, yeah, I can definitely see how rupees can come into play in a seed like that. Hyrule, we have a problem. That's the first time I've seen that one. Obviously, that's the take on Apollo 13's Houston, we have a problem. So, nice little community hint there. All right, actually, that might be the door repair charge rushers. No, it's not, because they would have lost all their rupees.
They did. Digshake had a lot more than 7 going into that.
Okay, so doing the math, 25 plus 3, that's 21 rupees then.
So that's not the hint you want to see when you're getting the magical sword hint there. Meet the old man on Death Mountain. Ugh.
Wow, there's a relatively good chance that Magical Sword may not be in play in this seed. That just depends on if there's dungeons there. Well, the Armos item, not a bad item to begin with. The red candle. Red candle, very useful. So now they don't have to find a candle shop, nor do they have to take the blue candle in a bonus cave. Red candle means you can fire that candle on the screen as many times as you want it. It's very useful, especially if you miss on that blue candle.
That is a huge find early, because now not only can you start burning all around Hyrule, but it also gives them the weapons so they can actually delve into dungeons. Now, of course, the candle can't kill things like Dark Nuts and Wizrobes, but it can help you against Gorillas, Stalfos, Gibdos, Pancakes, the whole 9 yards. So red candle, especially this early, great find for both racers.
Absolutely right. So we'll see what happens here for the rest of the way. And Dorkmaster just posted something very interesting. The lowest medium secret is not 20 like I thought it was. It's actually 25.
Yep, so we are at the minimum we get on the medium secrets, and basically the minimum we're going to get on the small. And we've got a sword.
Yep, the first sword find belongs to Digshake. He has found an easy place to get it.
Yep, the open cave near the desert, always a good place to find it because it's, fairly localized in the middle of the map, and there's plenty of other locations around it where you can explore, especially considering they both have candles. So burning the forest, having a sword to burn the forest, that means any dungeon that Digshake now comes across, he can at least attempt to explore.
Paratrooper asked the question, and yes, that is correct. The door repair charge ranges anywhere from 15 rupees to 25 rupees. And there's a door repair charge that's going to cost Chuck the rest of his money. Ooh, the first bombs belongs to Digshake, but the first level belongs to Chuck.
And we got some bombs there as well. So the bomb race is now significantly closer than it was. But of course, we still have Digshake having the weapon advantage.
And we've got the compass and the Triforce is in the room above where he is. Now, what level could we be in?
He's in level 2.
Level 2 it is. So what he's going to be looking for, Chuck, is a Triforce, or, well, the Triforce, of course, but the item is going to be on the ground. Now, it could be just lying there. You could have to full clear a room to get it, or an enemy might consume the item and you can just either kill it or walk up and grab it.
Now, one thing I do want to point out really quickly is you see a white Link sprite on Digshake's side as he gets the 112 rupee large secret, which is nice. That does not mean that Digshake has the blue ring. He just opted to use the swap starting tunic color and has the white color.
Right now we have a difference of opinion. It could be level 2, but Dorkmaster's not so sure, so we'll have to stay tuned for that.
Oh, we're going to start the I'm not so sure stuff again?
And just think, Jam Evil's not doing the tech work this time.
No, but I will give Jam a quick little plug. He's on his way to SGDQ so he can compete in a 4-player race of Iron Sword. So make sure you watch that. I believe it's going to be 12:30 after in the afternoon. I can't remember if it's Tuesday or Thursday, but watch the race. Look at the schedule.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I believe Scavenger's also going to be in that one, and Fiesel.
And Gyre.
Beautiful.
Well, we have the hint near in level 2 saying Manhandla threatens near the desert. That does, in fact, confirm we're in level 2, because if you get a hint about the next dungeon in a level, you're going to know exactly where you are.
And that audience was doubting you, TGE, so take that.
They have every right to doubt me.
Yeah, I know. Blame TGE, but hey, you can be right sometimes, too. There's no rule against that.
No, but there probably should be.
Right now, Digshake is heading along the coast and is not having a swell time with all these Lionels and P-hats.
Dust finally managed to use the sword buffer to get his screen scroll, and now we'll be coming across one of the other big fun things to find in the game. What's the coast item?
Well, as long as he doesn't get bodied by those P-hats and levers, we're about to find out. He'll check out this cave first, and he'll find a bonus cave, first one here. And he's going to go ahead and pick up the heart container since they both have the red candle. That gives him 4 hearts. The item is the raft. Another raft on the coast.
Yeah, we've had that a lot, although it was the power brace in the last seat. But then again, that was also with the Elite 8 flag, so the white sword was also an option there.
That is true.
So again, this is a nice little interesting thing. We do have Chuck exploring this level 2 without the use of the sword.
Hey, TGE, you were talking about 93 rupee wooden arrows. Look at the price of wooden arrows this seat. 93 again.
That's awesome. Now, what I was going to say, though, is you have Chuck here making his way throughout level 2, and he's able to traverse the entire dungeon here with utilizing the red candle because it's the Gorilla set, and all the enemies in the Gorilla set can be actively burned by the candle.
Chuck has found himself a new level, but we didn't go very deep into it, so not enough information at this time.
And it's Lord Banana in level 2, and Chuck walks right into it and picks it up. Oh, hell!
So Chuck Attack picks up the banana. Whether or not he picked it up on purpose, we'll never know. But given that he doesn't have a sword, I don't think it's that bad of a pickup, because what it does is it does stun lock your enemies, most of them. There's some that it won't work on, like Wizrobes. And then, of course, it also takes out keys. Plus, you could pick up items with Lord Banana without any charge.
Digshake here is in level 4. We know this because he's in that weird little shaped room, and the Triforce just happens to be sitting out on the floor, and it's conveniently right next to a double block room. So if this happens to be the item, a very quick work at level 4 for Digshake.
Chuck has found the wooden sword, so now he's got a sword to use for combat in these dungeons. If that double block does push, then we know the item's there. But if it doesn't push, he'll have to look for the other double block. The block does push for Digshake. What do we have here? It's, oh boy, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Early silver arrow find for Digshake. Wow.
That's a huge early find. It's a huge find in general, because finding the silver arrows in a dungeon other than 9 is absolutely great, because now Digshake knows he's not going to have to delve through 9 for anything of importance.
Not only that, this is one of the quicker level 4s you'll ever see, so he is done with that first Triforce pickup. They both have one Triforce. And of course, Astenix made a great point. He finds the silver arrows like just mere minutes after he buys the wooden arrows, because the game knows.
We've got a white sword here in the Vanilla level 2 cave, and unfortunately, it's more than 4 hearts.
Yep, he's either going to need 5 or 6 hearts. Normally, 5 hearts is what you need in Vanilla Zelda, but we have a deviance, a variance, plus or minus 1. So it's 4 to 6. Unfortunately, 4 not enough this time around.
The 5 hearts that Chuck now currently has may be enough, though.
That is correct.
And yeah, I didn't think that Digshake did buy the arrows. It was just confirmed he bought meat.
That's right.
Scroll by it.
I think we had the wrong thing lit up on Digshake's screen. We had the wooden arrows lit up on his side of the board, but in fact, yeah, he did grab the meat, because we were talking about the 93 rupee price of wooden arrows, and he opted to buy the meat. That's right.
Yeah, but meat's definitely a good purchase, because if you do run into a bait block, you now have enough to worry about going back. And we've seen bait be required, like we did last night. Bait was required to get to the bow.
Yeah, and meat's pretty cheap. A mere 44 rupees to buy that bait. Good price.
Digshake now has got himself a 50% chance to go pick up that white sword that he knows where it is.
Yep, and with no rupees, there's nothing for Chuck Attack to buy in that cave, so he'll just move on to this cave right over here. We'll see if there's anything good in here. Oh yeah, we've got ourselves a new level.
And this has the potential of being either level 7 or 6, although it feels like level 6. And uh-oh!
We got Wizrobes, TGE, and whenever there's Wizrobes, there's pancakes.
No, this is level 7. I was incorrect.
Of course it's level 7.
Yeah, Gleok returns to the grave, so we now know level 8 is somewhere around the grave. But we've got 7, and we've got Wizrobes.
That means it's going to be 33 rooms of pure hell, a nightmare, a torture chest for these players. I don't think he's going to go back into level 7 until he's more well-equipped.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. I wouldn't be going back there either. Chuck now has come across some any roads here, and finding the any road there, what has been dubbed the forgotten spot, the one northwest of level 1, is always good, because now you don't have to go back and check it. Speaking of going back and checking, Digshake, white sword, 6 hearts needed.
Oh, that is brutal. A 6-heart white sword requirement. This is looking like an ominous seed here, TGE.
Chuck now getting himself a large cachet of rupees.
Yeah, 112 rupees, so that is a little bit above the normal 100 you'd find in Vanilla Zelda, so money is nice in that aspect, so it may not be a factor this time around, in spite of the low, medium, and low seeds.
Digshake is also about to discover the bad news that level 7 is a Wizrobe dungeon.
Absolutely, and unless he's really, really good at low percent, I gotta believe he's gonna get out of dodge. Hey, wait a second, TGE. That power bracelet spot took him to a normal power bracelet spot that Take Any Road.
Fred!
What's going on here? And now he finds that same hint as Digshake on where he can find level 8 in the grave. So he's going to be looking perhaps in Vanilla Magical Sword, perhaps level 6. We'll know soon.
Digshake has a full complement of bombs, so he's going to opt to come up here to this shuttered blue Wizrobe room and try and either bomb his way through the Wizrobes or potentially bomb his way to the right. And it looks like he's going to bomb the Wizrobes here.
Good strategy. He's staying away from passing the door so that he doesn't take any damage. I like this move, so hopefully something good comes out of this. And now we have WhenChukAttacks going into Vanilla White Sword Cave and finding a secret here. It's going to give him an extra 112 rupees, another large secret find for Chuck.
And Digshake was rewarded grossly with the compass.
Nice find. A feat of strength will lead to the recorder, so it looks like the recorder is power bracelet required or a level to get into the power bracelets, or to the, I can talk. A power bracelet might be required to get to the level to get to that recorder.
Yeah, so what that tells us is that there are 5 locations throughout Hyrule that are feat of strength, the 4 power bracelet spots, and the gravestone where Magical Sword is normally located. Now, we know one of those power bracelet spots is not a thing because we saw Chuck get there through one of the Any roads. So I'm guessing that hint's telling us that the recorder is in level 8 because we know 8's by the grave, and there are 2 locations by the grave that could be categorized under the feat of strength hint.
And if that is the case, then the power bracelet in this case would not be required to get the recorder if level 8 is indeed where the gravestone is.
Digshake has done enough exploring in the demon. Looks like he's just noped on out of there, but he does actually know he's going to go back and make his way into, ladder block Chevy room. So, yep, nope it is.
Yep. Who said level 7 was going to be a walk in the park, TGE? So nothing else that Digshake can do there. He'll just move on to another part.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a walk in the park, though, but it's going to be one of those parks that you don't want to go in after dark because people are going to be there to steal your lunch money.
I was just saying, it's like walking into Central Park in the dark, kind of like in Home Alone 2.
That's exactly the reference I was going for.
Great minds think alike, TGE. So right now, Digshake is going to go up to Vanilla level 5, going to do it the old traditional way, and let's see if there's anything good for him behind there. I think we've already checked it out. It's a money-making game, so nothing there unless he feels like spending some rupees, which he does not. Another level discovery here for Chuck.
That color scheme.
Yeah, that forest green, almost like being in one of those military games from the old days.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So let's take a look and see where we are here.
Possibly 4, maybe?
Note there. No, there's no way this could be 4.
6, maybe.
That is a correct answer, I believe. Yes, that is.
That's right. We've already discovered 4. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking about the shape of the beginning, and yeah, 4 we've already done. So it's got to be 6.
Digshake now with all kinds of cash. Got the maximum.
Yeah, and Chuck not far behind him with 240 rupees. Ooh, the
Yeah.
power bracelet has been found.
Power bracelet. It's one of those items where you're never disappointed to find it, but you're not ever happy to find it, especially early. You're only happy to find it when you know you need it, but it's one of those items like, okay, I've got it. Meh.
Now, interesting to point out, yes, 255 rupees for Digshake, 250 now for Chuck. If they find a blue ring shop, I would imagine that they would both make the purchase there, but we haven't seen a blue ring shop yet.
No, we have not. We do have a clock drop there in a Wallmaster room, and Chuck is going to have to be very careful about that because if you get the clock in one of those rooms, of course, the Wallmaster will stop coming out of the wall. And now Chuck opting to bomb his way around the Triforce there. I would have to imagine he was searching for a heart container there.
That could be, but it's not a bad play considering you need 6 hearts to pick up the white sword, and having a nicer weapon than the wooden sword, I think, would be critical because we've seen that determine a few races. There's the Triforce going to go ahead and pick it up. I think he may be done, though, with this level.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's got the item. He's got the Triforce. No need to go back in.
We got another level.
Yeah, we got 2 of them right next door to each other in the dead woods. And this is level 5.
Level 5 it is. So this is the first dungeon where you have staircases that lead you to other parts of the dungeon. So he might be looking... So what are these shapes for level 5 that he'll be looking for?
Well, are you talking about the stairs rooms? Because one of them here is the single block room. And the other 2 staircases in level 5 are diamond staircase rooms.
Ah, so it's going to be behind one of the diamond staircase rooms because that single block was not it.
Digshake is now in level 2, and he is also going to be finding Lord Banana if he delves deeper here into 2, and he's definitely going to be delving deeper because 2 is a short dungeon to clear.
However, based on his current situation, we're now 20 minutes into the race. Unless he accidentally picks it up, I think he's going to get out of Dodge if he sees that banana. Oh, baby! Look at this on Chuck's side of the board. We've got Magical Key, folks.
That's a huge find, because as we mentioned in the open, keys and resource management are huge. Getting the any key means you don't have to worry about that. Any door now becomes yours.
Yep, so keys will not be a factor anymore for Chuck. So if Digshake finds level 5 late after he's found everything else, yes, indeed, that could come into play when level 9 comes around. There's your Lord Banana. Oh, that's rope almost pushed him into it. Did you see that?
I did. I was going to start being on Team Rope if I saw that.
Oh, missed it. Missed it by that much.
But yeah, you're absolutely correct. 20, 21 minutes in with not having HP shuffle on. Either one of the boomerangs isn't something they're going to necessarily want to pick up. But early on, especially when Chuck found it without a weapon, definitely something to pick up.
There's the compass. There's the letter on Digshake's side, and he's going to not pick it up, so he's probably got a good enough skill level that he can go to level 9 without a potion, or if he were to get Magical Sword, maybe he picks one up in the bonus cave.
Now, he's not an 11 seed for nothing.
That is right.
Although we have determined with Chuck that he is more than likely going to have to take that staircase because level 5 has a tendency to get itself all split up like this.
That's right. Level 5, as small as it looks, yeah, is more difficult than the number of rooms indicates, because yes, indeed, this is a split dungeon, and you might have to take that staircase to get what you want.
Digshake now here in the Lost Woods. He's going to be finding those 2 levels back-to-back as well.
Oh, what a tease. You see where that Triforce is? It's across that Red River, so this is looking like ladder required here. Unless there's a workaround, which I don't think it's going to happen.
You got to absolutely love the trolls.
Yeah, you can almost reach it, but you can't quite get it. Now, I know I've played some video games like that where they put it in such a spot where you can almost reach it, but you can't unless you do something very bizarre or you have to take the long road.
Digshake now also in level 5, so we might get to see the mythical high 5.
Yes,
and yes,
indeed.
Block Clip can, in fact, get the Triforce.
He got it! Very clever move there on Chuck. I got to give him credit. Yeah, I had completely forgot about doing the clip without the ladder. So, yeah, very nicely done.
That was very, very smooth.
Yeah, we saw, didn't Putz do something like that early in his race where he did a clip without a ladder or a sword?
Yeah, he did a no buffer clip to get into one of the item rooms, and Digshake also going to be able to Triforce out of 5 with a very sexy block clip there. Now, of course, Digshake probably not going to go back in to find the item. I'm going to be fairly disappointed because it's the magic key, but it makes sense not having to go back into 5 unless he absolutely has to. He knows he doesn't have to yet because he's already got silvers.
That's right. Now, we see that the price of bombs are 23 rupees, so a little bit on the expensive side, but not too bad. Oh, look at this. The gravestone actually has level 9.
Okay, so that, again, the feat of strength will lead to the princess. It literally is leading to the princess there in level 9.
Yes, indeed. So if a feat of strength is needed for the recorder, then power bracelet is required for this seed. It's got to be.
It 100% has to be because the recorder cannot be in level 9.
Smart move there by Chuck. He has got 232 rupees. No need to pick up that secret in case it's a large one. May save it for later if need be.
Dig now in level 6. And speaking of 6, that's the number of heart containers that Chuck now has, which guarantees him the white sword if he ever stumbles across it.
Yeah, that's right. So nice find there for Chuck. So if he gets back to white sword, he can pick it up now. It's behind again, vanilla level 2. Ooh, power bracelet. This must be level 8.
It is by the grave, so we're probably more than likely going to find the recorder in here. But we ain't going to be here for a while because we are ladder blocked in a Wizrobe dungeon.
Of course, so now level 8 and level 7, 2 of the more trickier levels in Vanilla Zelda, are Wizrobe dungeons. Boy, good luck to both of them. They'll need it.
Dig is going to find the power bracelet right here. So that is going to at least give him what he needs to get to level 8.
Yep, gonna go ahead and pick that up. And yep, that's a wise thing to do because as we know, level 8, power bracelet required. So now, and there's our blue ring 5. But unfortunately for Chuck, he no longer has enough rupees, 239 the purchase price.
I do want to point something out there. You saw Digshake in level 6. He was going after the rupee box, and the rupee box in the number 5, the 5x2 setup there. Well, that actually is one of the rooms that has a master enemy, and technically rupees count in that aspect when they are in the 10 diamond shape. So you saw him pick up that top rupee. That was actually the master rupee, and it caused the last rupee there to despawn. And technically, he got a 5 rupee drop from killing that by using the master rupee.
That is quite hilarious. Boy, look at the variance in the price of meat. Remember, 44 rupees was the price of the cheap meat. The expensive meat, over 100.
Yep, and I know a lot of people tend to not like getting the updates on the other races, but let's be honest here. The only update you guys need to know is Saber's already in 9.
And he might be in level 10 if these guys don't hurry up. Now Chuck Attack gonna go to where level 9 would normally be, gonna bomb Spectacle Rock. Anything good in there? Yes, there is something good there, a secret. Considering he was 5 rupees short, he'll go ahead and pick it up. Good thing it's a medium secret for 25. He now has the maximum. Now he can go back and buy that blue ring, provided he doesn't find another penalty. Oh, and he finds the magical sword, though.
Yeah, but that's in such a hard to get to location. Unless there's something out here that he can easily whistle travel to, probably not going to be in play.
Yeah, I agree. And again, that was something I had mentioned earlier, that given that it was in Death Mountain, that magical sword probably wasn't going to be in play, and yeah, tough spot for it.
I also would like to point out here at this point, while we're continuing our trek through the overworld of Hyrule, remember the last time we were talking about level 9 and the color schemes, and we saw the Bubble Pop Pink level 9?
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that because we were talking about how Zelda had so much time decorating the room as Ganon's guest.
Yes, well, this level 9, no such thing. We have got the red and black colors, so that is supposed to mimic a sort of, hell type of dungeon. So we got the right motif this time.
This time, Ganon was the one that did the painting because he must have been really darn disappointed with Zelda's painting work.
And Ganon's still blaming TGE.
And now the blue ring has been purchased by Chuck, so now his damage will be reduced to 1/2.
And Digshake is going to walk into level 8 and find out that he's in a Wizrobe dungeon and that he's ladder blocked.
Yeah, so already, again, it's getting more ominous and ominous by the second. Ladder blocked, Wizrobe 7, Wizrobe 8, Rip Sub Hour.
It looks like we have found level 1 over on Chuck's side.
Yes, indeed. So what he's going to be looking for are 2 items here in level 1. One of them will be behind the diamond staircase, and the other one's going to be on the ground in a similar fashion where we find an item in level 2.
And at this point, considering all the quote-unquote good items that still need to be found, ladder, bow, finding level 1 is always good.
It is a dark note set, so it's going to be a little bit on the tricky side, but not the worst thing in the world for a level 1. Especially when you find that clock.
Clock!
And it's going to be rewarded.
Yes, the clock will lead to the heart container.
Now, that could be the item, but more than likely, it's probably the heart container for this level, but we will find out shortly.
Ladder!
There's the all-important ladder. Chuck Attack finds it. That's going to be big.
Yeah, that ladder is huge.
Yeah,
and we did real quick see Digshake lose some frames here, but he did purchase the blue ring.
That is correct. He had done that earlier, so now both of them have the blue ring.
And Digshake, not far behind, also entering level 1.
So he's going to find that same ladder, and they're both going to be level pegging in terms of the items. The slight advantage, very slight advantage, that Digshake has the silver arrows from 4 and the Triforce gotten from Chuck. So that is his 4th Triforce piece tied, but that's not going to stay tied very long. But I would assume he's going to go back into level 1 because, remember, Bo is still in play.
Yeah, absolutely. And he unfortunately couldn't get to the wingtip of the eagle there because the drop placement in that room specifically means that he cannot get by it without picking it up.
And that's going to be the same case for Digshake when he gets that Triforce, correct?
No, because Digshake has found the compass, so he's going to know to go past that room first before he gets the Triforce, unless he finds both items.
And this is where everything comes into play in terms of luck. Getting lucky to go into the correct room to get the compass. That'll save him a few seconds.
And that also is knowledge of knowing the rooms, because there are two of those corridor rooms, or the Aquamentus rooms, in the game. Both of them have drops, but the drop in level 1 is going to appear where you have to bottleneck it, but the drop in the level 7 one is going to appear in the middle of the room.
Hello, we have found the second item here in level 1, and it is indeed the bow.
That's one of the better level 1s you're going to find. Bow and ladder. With us knowing that silver arrows are also in level 4, yeah. The game is making it up to these two runners, because the run we saw, the Elite 8 flags earlier here, that was trolling.
Yep, so that, with that kind of knowledge, that is going to put Digshake back in the lead. Chuck going to spend some money on those 23 rupee bombs to give him the full 8.
That's a room full of bunnies.
Ooh, look at that. We've got an 8-pack of bunnies with a wooden sword. We're talking 80 hits. Chuck up and A is going to go ahead and go back to start to the coast. Going to check out this power bracelet location here. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him the rest of his money.
And we are still looking out for the location of Dungeon 3. We have not found the Manji yet.
Indeed, we have not. We did get a hint on where we might see level 3, however.
Although, speaking of finding, Digshake has found the ladder.
Yes, indeed. So now all he has to do is go back, get the Triforce, and level 1 is complete for him. It looks like we've got a little bit of technical difficulties on Digshake's side. A lot of buffering here.
So we will get more information to you about what is going on Digshake's side of the race as soon as we can get confirmation as to what's happened.
Right now, Chuck had found that same money-making game behind Vanilla Level 8 that Digshake had found earlier. With only 3 rupees, nothing doing there. Now he's going to go to the coast with the ladder. He's going to go ahead and pick up the raft. Again, you got to pick it up because, again, we don't exactly know where level 3 is. We got the hint, but is that rafting spot in play with a hint like that?
Maybe, but we do know that because Digshake is going back into 1 now that he did not get the bow. So he's going to be getting that as Chuck gets himself up to 8 hearts with another bonus game.
Yep, so he's 2 hearts away from a potential magical sword, but once again, tough spot. I don't see it happening.
Well, 1 is up in that general area, so we do have a whistleable location to get to the magic sword.
Oh, you're right. 3 screens away. And, hey, another bonus cave, so that raft does come in handy for Chuck. That'll give him 9 hearts, 1 more for a potential shot at mags.
Chuck has now come across level 4, where he's going to get the easy peasy Triforce and even easier peasier silver arrows. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. I'm confused.
Either way is fine. However, he's not making it easy on himself because he's bombing to the right. Because he was supposed to bomb to the left. Or no, he was supposed to bomb the right when he bombed left. And he's picked up the Triforce, he'll go back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With 4 being a small dungeon, you absolutely go back there.
Digshake picking up another 25 rupees in Spectacle. Rocky now has 46 rupees to spend. Boy, Digshake didn't look too thrilled that the magical sword was right there.
Yeah, and again, it's just the location because there's not an easy to get to spot. So he pretty much is resigned at this point that he's going to be basically doing White Sword 9. I mean, White Sword 9 is not the worst by far, but I mean, White Sword, Blue Ring, you know, you're average the whole way.
Absolutely, and there's the Silver Arrow Discovery for Chuck, so he's picked it up. He'll get out of level 4, and we're even again.
Oh, 2 Power Bracelet dungeons. We got level 3 in the Power Bracelet spot near the desert.
My goodness gracious, so double Power Bracelet required. Can you believe that?
That's about par for the course for me. I'm used to it.
Yeah, we've had double recorders. Now we're having double Power Bracelet. I love seeds like this, those chain reaction seeds.
Yep, and this one technically is a 3 feet of strength seed because level 9 is underneath the grave.
And look at this, he's already found the corridor staircase.
Ew.
The item is the inferior model, and he don't want it. I don't blame him.
Okay, and with that, we are about 40 minutes in, so it is time for our item rundown. So what we know so far is level 1 was the level you wanted to be in here in this seed because that contained both the ladder and the bow. Level 2 contained Lord Banana. Level 3 was the inferior model. Level 4 contained the silver arrows. Level 5 was the magical key. Level 6 is the power bracelet. We don't know what's in level 7. We know by a hint that a feat of strength will lead to the recorder. Level 3 and level 8 were both underneath power bracelet spots, so it can't be in 3. So the recorder has to be in 8 by virtue of that hint because it cannot be in 9. Aside from that, we don't know what's the other item in 8 is. We don't know what's in level 9. We do, however, know that the raft was the ladder item and the red candle was the Armos item.
Alright, so now we're up to speed with the items. Gonna go back to vanilla level 2 Digshake. He's gonna get the white sword, so both of them will have the white sword and double the attack power that they had.
Chuck now back into 7.
Ooh, and now that he's got the white sword and the ladder, he's gonna definitely be much more prepared for these whiz robes. That was a quick level 3 there for Digshake, picking up the Triforce not long after finding the inferior model. So looking like another easy level here for this seed, but now we're getting to the nitty-gritty here with these Wizrobe dungeons 7 and 8.
The one advantage that Digshake does have going in is he's already explored a little bit more of the dungeon than Chuck has, so he knows what rooms he can just opt to go in, go through, and not have to worry about clearing. Where other rooms he can just, clear when he has to. Like, unfortunately, he might have to clear this 6 Wizrobe room to open that shutter for him, but nope, he's got a key on the north, so we're good.
Yeah, if you can avoid those Wizrobes, by all means, do it. There's that same hint that Digshake had gotten earlier on Chuck's side of the board. tell you what, I'm holding out for that magical wand book combo in level 9.
I just want to see, you know, red ring somewhere in either 7 or 8.
That would be great. That would be huge for both of these. It would reduce their damage taken down to 1/4, doubling their defense again. Indeed, the last item would be the heart container. So the heart container, the red ring, the book, and the magical wand are the 4 items still at large right now.
Now, having the Blue Land Molas be in a double river room like this is actually pretty good, because if you have a ranged weapon, like the red candle, for example, then you can easily stand on the river and kill them without them hitting you. And it looks like we might have bow be required for an item here. So let's take a look at what we find.
Yep, going to go down reverse C and find... Nope, the item's not there. However, it may be required to get to where he needs to go, however.
That may be... Now, it's interesting you see Chuck here is opting to kill this room full of 6 blue Wizards. He's going to have to be careful. He's only on 1 health, and Commentator's Curse.
Yep, the Wizard's got him, and he's going to have to try again. And yet another Goma, this one of the blue variety.
Does that mean when you boil them, they taste like blueberry instead of crab meat?
I have no idea. I've never tried it, but if I did see blue crab... Now, there is such thing as blue crab, but I've never had it.
Yeah, neither have I. I'm from Maine. Give me lobster, baby.
Yeah, I'm with you there, TGE.
Now, Digshake opted there to get hit by these stone traps because they're going to do less damage to him than the Wizrobes did.
Yep, and now he's down to 1 heart. Digshake got to be very careful here. 1-on-1, he's just going to get out of there. Give it another shot.
Yeah, he was hoping that the... he was hoping for a respawn there, or hoping he was going to get the red Wizrobe spawn as opposed to the blue one. But he did end up getting some bombs out of the deal, so that's nice.
Yep, plus an extra heart to go back to 2 hearts. Right now, 4 hearts on Chuck's side.
Ew, this room, though, in the desert. Look at this.
Boy, Wizrobe after Wizrobe after Wizrobe, does it ever end?
Yes, A-Double, they're making a good point in chat. By leaving the room and then coming back in, it also saves the kills if he happens to die. So that means when he came back, he would only have to worry about killing 1 Wizrobe as opposed to the whole room full again.
Absolutely good strategy, and he needed to kill those Wizards, as that's where the Triforce is in level 7, so it's mission accomplished here for Digshake.
Yeah, and the other thing for Digshake here right now is he has silver arrows, he has bow, he has ladder, he knows where level 8 is. He doesn't have to delve for the items in 8, he can just go in and get the Triforce. So with having 14 minutes before the hour mark, depending on how things roll, this could be a sub-hour seed.
I remember when I said that there was no chance that it was going to be a sub-hour seed? Well, Digshake's making quick work out of this seed, so there is still that chance. Depends on how Trolley level 8 is.
Yeah, but the thing you want to take a look at here, Digshake is rocking only 7 hearts.
Yeah, 7 hearts with blue ring is a little bit dicey. And remember, he didn't grab the ladder when he had the chance, so... But with his skill level... He could still do it with 7 hearts, but still, I personally wouldn't want to go into level 9 with those kind of items, those kind of hearts, and just a white sword. But that's just me.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But again, we still have 2 items to potentially find here in level 8. Red Ring is still in play, so if it happens to be here and Dig happens to come across it, that's going to increase things. It's going to basically make it so instead of having effectively 14 hearts, he'll effectively have 28 hearts.
Yeah, that's right. Now we have the spiral staircase here in level 8. That could contain an item. There's also a corridor staircase and 2 diamond staircases. 2 of those staircases will have the item, while the other 2 are just going to connect to other parts of the level. It is not the staircase that contains either of the items, so let's see where he emerges, and that will determine what he needs to find. Both diamond staircases.
But he does get a key drop in that room, which is huge because he does not have access to the any key. So getting as many keys as he can out of level 8 is going to be gigantic.
Oh, tough death there for Chuck, as he died where the Triforce is. And Chuck's getting out of dodge.
That's very interesting. I'm not sure what he's doing there. He's got basically a full complement of bombs. The only thing I can think of is he wants to either get more hearts or make his way to something like a fairy fountain, or potentially delve into level 8, the 2 items there. And speaking of delving in 8, we've got the Triforce.
Yep, and now he's got all 8 Triforce pieces just a shade over 49 minutes in, so now he's going to make a play for level 9. He's got about 10 minutes to get that sub-hour.
And this so happens to work out that 9's a couple screens over from where level 8 is.
Yeah, and if level 9 is a fast one, like the one Jam Evil had against Vonky, he'll have the best time in the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing to note is, even though Chuck had level 7 and he was in the right Triforce room, he still hasn't found level 3.
Yeah, that is a problem. And now we have Digshake delving into level 9 right now. Yeah, if there's one thing that could possibly hurt him, it's keys. He does have 7, which is a iffy amount to have. Especially when you're playing 3-door Monty immediately.
Yeah. 7's one of those key numbers where you're not, happy to have it, but you're not extremely worried going in. It's one of those things where you're like, I want to have more, but I'm okay with this.
And Chuck went ahead to go into level 8 instead. So your analysis...
Hold on, we have a Ganon. We hear Ganon on Digshake's side.
Oh my goodness gracious, but can he get to him from where he is right now?
That would be he's going to have to bomb left, so we know the location of Ganon. It is basically directly underneath the dash in level 9.
But can he bomb to the left? That's the question. Or is this going to be one of those magical staircases? No, he can't bomb to the left. So he knows where Ganon is, but unfortunately the route to get to him, it still might be easy if there's a door up after going into this locked room.
Which there is.
Beautiful. So, yep, he has found Ganon, so guess what? Zelda wins hide-and-seek again. Now, with 2.5 hearts, he's got to be careful. And it's the double river room, not the easiest of places to be. He's got the stun lock. There's 3, 4. Ooh, halfway. Again, Hyrule Driver is going to cost him 2 hearts. He needs to be really careful. There's 5, 6, 7. He got him. All 8 hits on Ganon. Kills him with the silver arrows and picks up the Triforce of Power. Really good fight there for Digshake. So now all he has to do is find Zelda, and he is going to be a winner in this race. What he's going to be looking for is a shutter door, a single shutter door room where the door automatically opens and there's enemies still inside. If he finds that room, he'll win.
Yeah, that was an extremely, extremely quick Ganon find.
Absolutely right. For those curious, the time that Digshake would have to beat is 53 minutes and 56 seconds to get the fastest time for this tournament. So we'll see if he can get that.
Ew, that room with a spiral staircase, that's not something you want to spawn into. Literally appearing right on top of Wizrobes.
Yeah, that is a brutal location for that spiral staircase. Not much Digshake could do there. Yeah, level 7, I think, proved to be the turning point of this race because they were pretty much tied going into that, but level 7 did not treat Chuck well, and once Digshake got past level 7, he was off to the races. Digshake getting really, really lucky, getting really, really good fights, playing this seed very, very well.
But we had the single shutter door in this basically 4-door Monty room, but no.
Oh, he may have picked the wrong way because he now has a Patra to deal with. He's down to 2 keys, so the situation could get very interesting if Zelda does a really good job of playing hide and seek against Digshake.
2 bombs, 2 is going to have 1 after bombing this upper wall here, so that's another thing to keep an eye out for.
Fortunate that's not a complete dead end. He's able to bomb his way up, but now down to half a heart. Boy, a magical wand could have been useful here, but he gets past this Patra, and Chuck avoids the inferior model, so good on him. Gets the hint, unfortunately, that the silver to kill Ganon lies elsewhere, so he's blocked. He's going to have to take a different route. Now key's really a factor, down to 1.
And again, resource management going to turn out to be a huge, huge thing here, because that's Dig's last bomb, and it's going to get him nowhere.
And don't look now, TGE. Chuck only has 1 more Triforce to pick up. He's got to go back to level 7. I'll tell you, how big was that death in the Triforce room now? If he wouldn't have died there, we'd have ourselves a race.
Yeah, that death there was huge.
Has 2 keys out of bombs now, so yes indeed. Yeah, if Chuck can get that Triforce in level 7 very quickly, he's back in this race, folks, so don't count him out yet.
Yeah, but the thing with Chuck, though, is that he does not have the compass in level 7, so he doesn't know that room he died in was the room he needed to be in.
That's a good point. I did not realize he didn't have the compass. Yep, I can see it on his side of the board. Nothing's lit.
Digshake was ready for the Wizrobes this time.
Unfortunately, the Wizrobes were ready for him, too. Now, we see there's 10 hearts on Chuck's side of the board. He has a 20% chance of magical sword, but given his...
look at what Digshake just found. Sorry to interrupt, but he's got a compass.
A humongous find here for Digshake, so now he'll know exactly where Zelda is. And where is she? In the southeastern portion of the skull.
Yeah, it looks like she's in one of the teeth.
That's right. Now, the all-important 64,000 rupee question is it going to require a magical staircase to get there, or 2 or more? Well, if it's a straight downward shot, well, he's got no bombs, unfortunately. That's the last key on Digshake's side. He's going to try and make a path down.
And he's going to get the path down.
Yes, indeed.
Just going to avoid these buyers and we're good.
Yep, so this is going to do it for Digshake. He is going to end up winning this race. Sub-hour, one of the fastest times we've seen. This will be the 5th sub-hour of this tournament. There it is. Princess Zelda has been rescued. Just under 57 minutes. Digshake is your winner, and he will go on to the next round to face off against Shiner CCC. 56 minutes, 49 seconds, the official time. Well done.
That was amazing because no bombs, used the last key. Everything about that was great.
Absolutely right. That is the 3rd fastest time of the tournament so far that Digshake just posted, so good job for him.
And speaking of, I believe that little badong sound in my ears means we do have Digshake with us in the commentator's booth.
Digshake, congratulations. Well played. That's the 3rd fastest time in the tournament so far, just under 57 minutes. Well done. Tell us about this seed.
It went surprisingly smoothly. I found things in the proper order. That always helps. So.
Yeah, yes, indeed, because I was talking to TGE, given what we saw in level 7 and level 8 being Wizrobe-laden dungeons. I thought for sure that sub-hour was out of the question, but boy, you made quick work of all of those dungeons, and boy, it really paid off. The key was you were tied at 5 Triforce pieces, and both of you had entered level 7. Unfortunately for your opponent, level 7 proved to be really difficult for him. He had found where the Triforce was. He didn't have a compass, however. He had found where the Triforce was and died in that room full of Wizrobes. And that, in my opinion, was what turned this race around.
Oh, man.
You just took off after that.
Yeah, well, I was pretty low on health around that time as well. But there were actually a few times where I was thinking, like, I really do not want to die right now, and I managed to somehow pull it out. Spending that last key in 9 was real nerve-wracking too. Whew.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that part, Digshake. Keys and bombs. How critical was that compass find for you in level 9, considering what you were down to in keys and bombs?
Oh man, I was so happy to see that compass. I was freaking out about my keys like crazy. I didn't even want to spend that last key because I knew that there could very well have been another key door in between me and Zelda.
That's right. And as we've seen in some of the races that Zelda has been key blocked. In fact, we remember the double key block situation that Yunos ended up being against Zebgeni, ended up costing Yunos that race. So yeah, I can definitely see the concern you had there using that final key. But fortunately for you, you weren't key blocked to the south. You were able to find Zelda and putting up a really good time. Again, congratulations, Digshake. You're moving on to the next round. You're going to be facing off against Shiner CCC. So give us some insight on what you might be expecting for your next battle.
Shiner, I think, is actually way underseeded in this tournament. I think Shiner is actually really good at Randomizer, and so I'm kind of nervous about this next race. I think Shiner's got a pretty good shot against me. He knocked off Jay Coper. Everybody knows about that. So, you know, I'm taking this one real seriously. Not that I haven't been taking the other one seriously, just he's a good player, so.
Absolutely. So again, congratulations. TG, got any questions for Digshake?
No, I do not.
I gotta say, TGE, I didn't know you were commentating this race. I saw the banana, and honestly, I was like, maybe I'll pick it up. But then I thought, nah, TGE is not watching, so I walked away.
You know what's funny, Digshake? Those ropes almost pushed you right into Lord Banana. You were a couple pixels away from picking it up.
Yeah. I thought about it. I seriously thought about picking up the banana. Like it was pretty early on when I found it. I was like, that might be useful, and then I decided against it because I didn't think TGE was watching. So, sorry, TGE.
No, that's fine. This is sort of a last minute thing. I was originally scheduled to be on the Saber match, but we ran some a little bit of commentary issues, so I shifted over here.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for commentating, guys, and thanks to JLo for the restream. I can't wait to see you for the next match.
Yeah, good to have you here, and hey, congratulations again on your victory. Good luck to you in your next race, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
And as we conclude that interview, it looks like that is going to be it for the race here, as Chuck has decided to throw in the towel on the end of this race.
I certainly can't blame him. Level 7 giving him all sorts of problems, not finding the compass, and the Wizrobes just not having it in for him in this race. This, again, was a really close race. Don't let this fool you, folks. Between these two players, this was a really good race up until level 7. Unfortunately, that 33 rooms of nightmares proved to be what cost WhenChukAttacks this race. Again, both of these players played extremely well. Got to give it to them.
And with that, I believe we do have Chuck with us right here in the commentary booth.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Chuck, nice to have you here in the booth. It was a really good race between you and Digshake until you got to level 7. It was tied. You both got into level 7 at around the same time. Tell us what was going on in level 7. What had happened? I mean, the Wizards just were not playing nice with you.
Yeah, I'm just having a real hard time in the Wizard rooms. Where was the Triforce, if I may ask?
That desert room you died in the first time you were there.
Which one now?
Desert room that the first time you went back to attack it, the desert room that you died in before you noped out of there, that's where the Triforce was.
Yeah, you were right in the room you needed to be in. Unfortunately, the Wizrobes got you. And once that happened, the race was pretty much over because after Digshake got the Triforce out of level 7, he just took off.
Yeah. I don't even remember where that room was. Was it close to start?
No, it was up by the nose.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't really remember it, but yeah, I mean, 7 is by far my least favorite dungeon, so it lived up to its infamy tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah,
It was a fun
33.
tournament.
Yeah, 33 rooms of pure hell. I give level 7 all kinds of different nicknames. It's always 33 rooms of something not so nice. And when you have it being a Wizrobe-laden dungeon, yeah, it's not a lot of fun. But again,
Yeah.
you played an exceptionally good race up until that point, and who knows if you wouldn't have died in that room, we might have had ourselves a race in level 9 because right at that point it was tied. I mean, that pretty much ended up being the difference.
How was the level 9?
It wasn't that bad. Now, one disadvantage that Digshake had is he only had 7 keys to go into level 9. He did not get the magical key out of level 5, and he was down to his last key, and he, fortunately for him, made the right pick on keys because he was able to get to Zelda's room. And he also found the compass, which also proved to be a huge factor for him.
Well, congrats on the win, Dig, and enjoyed the tournament very much. Be happy to join in another one if there ever is one.
So, unfortunately, that was your second loss. But again, you had some really good matches. You played extremely well. If we do have another Zelda 1 randomizer tournament, will we see you back?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Good to have you here in the tournament. TG, do you have any other questions for Chuck?
I do not.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Chuck, and enjoy the rest of the races, and you have yourself a good evening.
All right. Thank you, you too.
Thanks a lot.